everybody. Welcome back to the Show and Tell Show. It's all of us. It's here at Huronia Museum. It's Genevieve and me, Nahani. And then we have Nicole and Jan over at Penetanguishene Centennial Museum. So you challenged us last week to something to do with beverages. What do you have?
Well, we have, in the museum, you've got so many artifacts and you walk by them every day. And then one day, one catches your eye that you really haven't looked at very closely. And so this one caught my eye and I went looking up about it and I found it to be quite interesting. So what we have here, it is a glass bottle and it is actually a carbonated soda bottle.
Yeah.
Dating back to 1872. It's called a cod neck bottle. So it's named after, of course, the man who invented it. So it's CODD, not like a codfish. So he invented this and patented it in 1872. As I said, it was for carbonated drinks. And the design is really neat because, I don't know, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in the top part of the bottle here, which the bottle, I should say, is very, very thick glass. There's a chunk out of it here, and there's still lots of glass. So it's really, really thick because it had to take the pressure of the gas as it was being filled. So in the neck of the bottle here, and you can see how it's pinched in here, there's a marble, like a marble sitting in there. That's what's rolling back and forth. So and in the bottom here, there's a rubber seal. See it sitting in there?
Yeah.
So the bottles were filled upside down. And the pressure would go in and force the rubber seal and the marble down into the neck to seal it. The gas would force them down. So to open the bottle, you would push in the marble, but it is caught in this little trap here so that it doesn't keep coming, like it doesn't get in your way when you're pouring the liquid. Yeah. And it won't float down to the bottom and keep trying to come up to the top. Yeah. So that is our cod neck bottle, which I thought was really interesting once I got looking at it. And apparently the kids used to smash these to get the marbles. So it's really rare now to find one that is cobalt. This one is more green, but the cobalt ones are very rare apparently. Yeah, so that's our beverage bottle for today.
That is really, really neat.
Yeah, I think it's really neat.
By a summer student that we had a few years ago who attended school at McMaster down in Hamilton, that she can still buy those. They're still in use at a Japanese grocery store.
That's right.
Store
yes.
In Hamilton anyway. So that technology is still being used. Maybe
yeah, the Japanese use it for a soft drink called Ramoon.
Oh.
And in India, they still use them for a drink called Banta.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Looks easier to open them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be fun too to push the marble in.
Yeah.
But you can see why
I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be a cool feeling.
Why the kids would be smashing the bottles to get the marbles. But it is really, really thick glass. Really thick.
Yeah, you can see it and it sounds thick. When you hear the marble on the glass, it sounds like it's thick.
Yeah.
From here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we have, Genevieve?
Okay, well, I do have something. Although I know there are people out there who insist that this is not a beverage, but food. But back in 1919, a fellow by the name of Webster Henry Kitching founded Midland's first dairy. It was the Acme Dairy, and the building was located at the corner of Dominion Avenue and First Street. That building was later sold, I'm not sure to whom, to form, and then the Midland Dairy. There's a fellow by the name, a delivery driver, I guess, by the name of Edward Bexley with the truck. And I've got some bottles here from the Midland Dairy. And most of the bottles that we do have from various dairies in the area are, they've got like a fired on painted label, but this one's actually in the glass. It was molded in the glass, but it does say Midland Dairy Limited, pasteurized. That's good news. and then a smaller bottle with the, oh, it's hard to read. There we go.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
The cap. And this one says Hodge's Dairy Products. And I know there was a fella named Hodge who was a manager of the Midland Dairies, but I'm not sure if he had a separate enterprise. Haven't figured out the business dealings there. Then later Midland Dairies sold that to Michael Dubbin, who had actually ran a dairy for a few years in Port McNichol after he returned from the Second World War. And that's him right there. He ran the Dubbins Dairy. And then he he sold that land. I guess it was to the federal government. The building was torn down by possibly 1967. And the post office was built. The Midland Post Office was built at that corner. So for almost 50 years, there was a dairy at the corner of First Street and Dominion Avenue.
So my husband was related to the Dubbins. His sister married a Dubbin.
Oh.
So I think it's the same. I think it's the same family line. I'd have to check into that more, but I think it is, because I know they were around here for a very long time, and I seem to remember some talk about a dairy of some. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I met Michael Dubbin's son. The reason I know of this is because he came in to see if we had any photographs of the building just a few weeks ago. So he has some memories of growing up and working in the dairy.
Oh, neat.
Getting ice.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize there was a dairy right there where the post office is. That's interesting.
So next time every time I go into that building now, that's what I'm going to think about.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The moo nectar.
And I do consider milk a beverage, so you didn't cheat. I do consider milk a beverage.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I know there was a big debate once in archaeological circles whether a milk bottle was a food container or a beverage container. Hotly debated. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I thought you were referring to the fact whether or not people like milk, because you either seem to really like it or hate it. But you're referring to the fact whether it's actually a beverage or a food.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Strangely. Some people claim that their mothers told them to eat their milk. So.
Wow.
Geez. Sounds like it was sour then. It was in chunks. Eat your milk.
No, you shouldn't be eating that.
No.
So I was noticing on my way in today, like just getting out of the car and stuff, like fall is like, it feels like it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Which also means it's harvest time coming up. We have some really neat things for harvesting stuff. Like when it comes into neat tools, like the tools that people have made to make the harvesting process easier for themselves or their helpers. Some of them are just ingenious. So I thought it'd be really cool to get out some harvest tools next week.
Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, because the season is here. I know all my pepper plants are done. I've gotten all the peppers I can get off them. Yeah. I haven't used them. I have a lot. Do you need some cayenne pepper? Ghost pepper. Yeah, we grew all hot peppers this year. Now I don't know what to do with them. Anyway, okay, everybody, we'll see you all next week with our harvesting tools. Thanks for joining us.
Okay,
bye.